bar bending, wrist rolling, tug of war, murder ball, 400-meter brick backpack carry. These are all events that I think we can universally agree don't belong in the sport of strongman. However, I don't want to just do another video here today going through all of those events and saying, look how stupid this one was. We never want to see this again. So what I've decided to do, what I've decided to bring to you, the viewer at home, is a few events from more modern times, recent times, that maybe don't belong in the sport of strongman. Now, I'm not saying that all of them are stupid and dangerous. Some of them are actually just quite enjoyable, but I would say they don't really test strongman ability, and that's fine. Sometimes events in strongman just need to be fun and enjoyable. So I'm not in any way, shape or form trying to say that every single one of these events that I'm going to show you is bad. I'm just saying that these are some of the more unique events that we've seen in recent times, and that some of them are definitely bad. Okay, so we're starting with this event here. This is from the Strongman Champions League. I'm going to play it for you first, run through it once, and then we'll talk about it and watch it again. So let's just watch it together. So it's a Fingal's finger, essentially, into a block smash, finishing with this. So look, this event is a Strongman Champions League event, and look, I enjoy watching it. It's very fun to watch, okay? You have to do the Fingal's finger, which is a great strongman event, but then smashing the blocks with a sledgehammer and running through plasterboard, is it? Drywall, basically. It's not really a test of strength. And I looked at the results, I looked at the times of all the different athletes. They were pretty similar. So although I think it's great, I actually posted this one on my story and said proper strongman, because it is like a throwback to old strongman events, and I feel Strongman Champions League does that a lot. So shout out to them for trying different things and trying to keep the sport entertaining. But let's just watch it again, because it is hilarious. This first part's great. They've got like the steel beam in there, so it's not just like obviously it's man-made, but it's not a specific Fingal's finger event. They're actually introducing something new, but the rest of it, it's not a strongman event really, is it? Come on. This next one that we have coming up is the yacht hold. I think it's the human anchor that they called it, but basically how I found a lot of these events is I just looked on Strongman Archives, went and just clicked through a load of the competitions that maybe aren't the more known ones as well, and just tried to find weird and wonderful events. This looks absolutely, I'm going to play it and I'll talk at the same time. This looks brutal. Look how thin that rope is. That's going to be tearing your hands apart. That's going to be horrendous on your calluses. If any of them have any skin left on their hands by the end of this event, I'd be shocked. I don't mind it in terms of the idea. I don't think it works well in terms of competition though, because the thing that I think about it is that driver, whoever is in the yacht, they are a massive part of it, if you know what I mean. If this was just say like gravity, for example, if they just had something on a slope and it was like 3, 2, 1, it's going to go, and then you have to hold it, then fair enough, because gravity is going to act at the same rate on the whatever it is that's trying to fall. But in this way, it's not an event for me. I like the idea. I think it's a good. It's got something there. I just don't think, especially with how thin that rope is as well, that looks absolutely horrendous. I don't think it belongs in strongman for me. Oh, probably the most controversial one of the most controversial on the list. A lot of people will to this day say that there was nothing wrong with the equipment. We're just going to watch it for a start. So this is Mateusz Kieliszkowski. He goes out first. I just want you to look at how easy he gets it going before he gets stuck. We're going to repeat the start as well. So let's watch this bit again. Okay, so he probably gets 20 odd steps. 20 odd steps, maybe a few more, I'd say, before it really starts to come to a halt, okay? And I'm not a physics professor. I don't know about this stuff, but you're putting wood on metal, which is getting hot and starting to dig in to their metal rails because they didn't have any metal underneath the bull, so to speak. So let's keep watching here. Mateus does complete the course. He's the only person out of the 10 athletes there that managed to complete the whole course. So Mateus is a wonderful puller. He's a wonderful puller. Truck pulls, any kind of pull, any kind of push, stuff like that. He's got a great engine on him. He's got great muscular endurance, and he's pretty built for it. But here's Trey Mitchell. So Trey Mitchell came out second last on this event. And let's just watch. Okay, so this is his start coming up now. It is coming. There we go. So a big pull to start with. And look how much it's already dragging. Look how much he's already struggling. Mateus didn't get to this level of friction until 10 times where he is now. And this is the event that Trey tore his Achilles on. And people will say, oh, but why did certain athletes like Mitchell Hooper, who came out later, still managed to do better than athletes that came out before him if it was getting harder and harder and harder? Well, Mitch is, for one, a really good athlete, and two, he understood that what it was doing, you couldn't treat it like a normal pull. So he understood that he would have to both feet yank. Like, I've not even watched his pull in this. I just remember it from watching the actual competition. So this is where, like I say, this is where Trey tore his Achilles. I haven't shown it in the video because it's just not a nice. This isn't the worst strongman injuries. This is just a video talking about some strongman events that probably shouldn't return. And this next one, again, I've not shown the injury. This is the event Lawrence Charlet tore his tricep on, and it has to be one of the most ridiculous events I've ever seen. Let's just watch it. Together. So, I can't even tell you that guy's name. I can tell you him though. That's Hathor Julius Bjornsson. So this is the Fingal's fingers, also known as is it the Norse hammer flip or the Thor's hammer flip? Where essentially it is a Fingal's finger, but they've decided to put a big hammerhead on top of it. 3 fingers going from, what was it, 335, 365, 380. Let's just watch the rest. So he's already struggling over in that far lane. Thor's managed 2. Bearing in mind, this is Hathor Bjornsson, right? He's 6'9". He is quite literally perfectly built for this event. Let's watch how much he struggles on this 380. Fingal's fingers run is normally like 5 fingers as well, bearing in mind. So it's a stupid way to have to get it up. And look at him trying to press it out. Because so much of that weight is right there at the top. The amount of weight that it technically adds is just absolutely ridiculous. It has to be one of the most stupid events that they've ever put in there. Fingal's fingers is hard enough, and they've obviously tried to expand on that event to make it more interesting, more exciting, so it's not just the same thing, but they didn't need to. They obviously didn't test it enough, and yeah, that one was awful. This one, maybe more, this is why I said the bull pull maybe not the most controversial. This is maybe the most controversial one that I put in it. This is the manhood stones at the strongest man on earth, and I don't care what anyone says, there's something weird about those stones. The first year it happened, you could say, okay, you've got the different humidity, people aren't used to the area, maybe they've got their tacky wrong. But then the second year, the same stone was giving a lot of people problems. And I know people will say, oh, but people have managed to lift it. And that's completely accurate. People have managed to lift the 550 stone. So there is always that argument about whether or not certain people did just get their tactics wrong or their tacky wrong. However, from every single person, especially in this is from 2024, but especially from this year's competition, a lot of people are saying there's something on those stones, the finish on them or whatever they clean them with, that essentially just makes them near impossible to pick up. And what I would imagine is that a certain tacky will help on the stones more. Let me just pause this one, sorry. A certain tacky will help on the stones more. So if you have, a more hot weather tacky, then it might help more on the stones. But that's not necessarily a you get the tacky right situation. That's more of a luck of the draw, whether your tacky is going to work on the stones with the wrong finish in comparison to whether other people's is going to work or not. Now, I don't like to shit on Brian Shaw because if anyone that knows me, Brian Shaw is like my favourite strongman athlete. I'm a big fan of him. But that event, there was something wrong with the stones. And I think some accountability needs to be taken, not necessarily from Brian himself. He's not trying to lift the stones. But when all of these athletes, top level athletes, are all saying the same thing, you got to look at it and you got to say, you know what? Maybe there's something that's gone wrong on our side. I can't believe they just used the exact same stones again. That shocked me that they just used the same stones. But hey, it is what it is. From one stone event onto the next. This is the Stein tossing. Mixed reviews, to be honest. I think if this is in like a Strongman Champions League or a 10 event show, Highland Games, something like that, I wouldn't mind. But this is at the Arnold Strongman Classic where there's only 5 or 6 events, maybe 6 in this year. I can't remember. And it's a good test of strength. You have to pick up this heavy rock, which is probably, I'd imagine, about 80 kilos. Oh, it says 185 pounds. What's 185? Is that 60? No, that's 135, isn't it? Yeah. So this is about 80 kilo. 225 is 100, so 40 pounds. Yeah, so it's about 80 kilo. Pick it up, throw it however you want. Sorry, this next one's funny. Pick it up, throw it however you want, furthest distance wins. I don't mind the actual event itself. I just don't think it belongs in the Arnold Strongman Classic. It's not, people were saying it's a test of athleticism and power and technique, which I agree it is, but this is strongman, not athlete technique, man. Which those two things are a massive part of the sport. I'm not trying to say that. I think if you can do a split jerk, always do a split jerk. I can't stand these people that think you need to push press or strip press everything to prove that you have the strongest shoulders. No, you're just stupid and don't know how to do the correct technique. As simple as that. But when it comes to something like that, it's the same sort of feelings I have when it comes to a front hold or a Hercules hold. It's just not, for me, it's just not a strongman event. But this is an event that definitely belongs in strongman. This is the Dia del Dildo. This is a whole event where essentially every single event in the show contains a 3-foot dildo.
All right, athlete ready, camera ready, lift.
This man
All right.
is holding on to 2 big black penises and pressing them overhead. Like that.
Nice.
It's honestly hilarious. It is honestly hilarious. Like, this is the sort of thing, and obviously, this one, did you hear what it was called? It's like the ring-a-ling ding toss or something like that. You gotta throw the ring around the ding, basically, is what they're saying. The ring-a-ding toss, where you throw a tyre, try and throw a tyre over the big dildo. Obviously, this doesn't belong in World's Strongest Man at the Arnold's, the strongest man on earth. But this is the essence of strongman. It's just funny events put together to challenge people. And I don't know, this must be in America. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's hilarious. I think whoever thought of this idea and then went through with it, what a class person. They actually get really this one, look. They nearly got it. They can throw it from 10 feet or 20 feet. I think you get more points from 20 feet. But, yeah. Whoever the promoter is for Dia del Dildo Strongman competition, fucking beautiful job, mate. And the last one, let's play it. Now, sandbag loading I don't have a problem with. Running through water, I don't necessarily have a problem with because it makes it more difficult. They do it on sand sometimes, but sandbags in water, I have a problem with. Because if you've ever tried to lift a sandbag, you know that they're like a dead weight, they're big, they're heavy. Now imagine that you put that sandbag in a pool of water. How much heavier is that going to get? So now when Brian and Z are doing this event, how much heavier are these sandbags than from when the first people went out and did the event? It might only be 5 kilos each, but that 5 kilos can be the difference between first place and third place. And again, they're like, you hear Colin Bryce say it, the seat belt material on the sandbags is going to make them extremely slippy. And we know in this one, 2010, that Brian's slips off the platform. I mean, look, that was his fault. He didn't load it on. Like, that's his fault. But I just think that this event in general, with it being in water, sand in water, soaking up all of the water, to me, it's just not a fair event because, like I say, they're going to get heavier. The longer the event goes on, the heavier the sandbags are going to get. But anyway, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you thought of all the events that I put in there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 1,000, and when I hit 1,000, I'm doing a giveaway. Also, the Great British UK Gym Tour, the Great British Gym Tour is coming back. Me and Jack, we're going to go do it. It's going to be incredible fun. Let me know any gyms that you want us to visit. We're going to obviously vlog it, see what equipment they got there, and you know, we're trying to grow the sport. Strongman, he's trying to grow the sport of powerlifting. Together, we're going to do it. As us, as the fan base, we're going to make it happen. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.